So we are now, so the WA government is now saying that the people of Western Australia cannot be trusted to own more than 5 or 10 guns, depending on what discipline you shoot. But the people across the border in the NT and South Oz, where I was born, they are considered more responsible people, so they can own as many guns as they want, as long as they pass the justified reason. This is what WA people, I just want the people to understand this. Your government has now deemed that you are not as responsible as people in the rest of our beautiful country because why? Because why? They have not justified this once. They have not listened to the consultation period. They have not listened to us. They have not listened to Jack. They have not listened to me. They have not listened to anybody. We are now in a position in WA where we have the most restrictive laws in the world in terms of responsible firearms ownership. And the question has to be, when you vote at the election on the 8th of March, do you think that is the role of the state that should determine that you are no longer a trustworthy person because they have deemed that these limits on private property should be the law? Jack, do you think that we should live in a state where we are governed like this? Do you think the people of Western Australia deserve to be treated like this? And you, as a landowner, as someone who has proven to be a responsible person, what is your message? And let's finish on this point. What is your message for the voters of Western Australia? And what would you like our home state to look like in 4 years' time?
Definitely not red. I feel that it is an insult to every firearms owner in Western Australia to say we don't trust you to have the firearms, and the idea of saying 5 is enough is just completely baffling. But from the other aspect, when we start to talk about veterans, but also current serving defence personnel as well, they in their private life are restricted to the same things and told that they aren't trustworthy. They're trustworthy to go and be sent to other parts of the world to defend Australia and sometimes other countries' interests, or gas companies' interests, but not trusted enough to have a firearm here at home to go hunting. And I think that's a great insult, and to our police officers as well. I know police officers who have had to hand in firearms who have been told that you can't, um, you can't like that page. Things like that are being restricted on their private life because of their service life. So it is an insult to everyone. And again, we are a very peaceful state, and there's a lot of us out here that have got high levels of training and experience with firearms, and we're being told that we aren't trusted with them, despite having done nothing wrong, nothing untoward to other people with firearms, and made no threats, nothing. And I again fall back to, I'm a little bit skeptical about why they feel so strongly that people shouldn't have firearms. But I still cannot understand why they feel that way. What have we done as a people? We're the largest state here. We have some of the biggest feral problems that are unchecked, and we have the highest level of restriction. We didn't even follow the NFA. WI just turned around and just went, we're going over the line with that. We're going to take it to the next level. And it, again, I still can't understand why. We've not had the issues. We don't have the issues. Again, it's the illegal crime side of things. Do you think they're going to turn around and go, oh, hey, I should hand these in the buyback? But no. It's not even like in the US where you get to play games with buybacks and take in firearms that you've just, 3D printed up something that won't even work, but you're going to get money for it. So, yeah, I feel insulted by this government and the treatment of firearms owners and the vilification of firearms owners is just un, un unbelievable. I don't know how we can be having this in a nation like ours. It reads like from a bad novel. So yeah, I'm strong. Well, I'm deeply disappointed in it, and yeah, I'm hurt by it, and to many of my friends as well, they feel as if a disservice has been done to them, considering what they have done for their country and what they I signed up to do for our country and said that we would defend it. And you sort of sit there and go, do we really need to? Like, do, do, would, do we need to defend this? Like, what, what are we defending? Uh, a government that doesn't trust us for another government that doesn't trust us? Maybe a government that will allow us, well, not even, maybe not us, but, you know, make the full potential of the land that we have, this this bountiful country that could be doing so much more and is tied up by the shackles of, oh, you've got to protect the environment. Australia, you're emitting too much carbon because you don't have enough people. What we're going to do is we're going to throw all of the people we don't want in Europe your direction. And we're going to fill your country with all of the people we don't want in our countries. And we're going to do it to you by saying that you are putting too much carbon and carbon equivalents into the atmosphere. Meanwhile, you've got other countries which are building more coal power plants than we have in the entire country every year. And it's, yeah, you can't help but think that there's something else that is occurring there. And it's to the detriment of that Australian heritage and the history we've got behind us of struggling through adversity. It's hard enough living in this environment, let alone having your own government attacking you. So I can't help but feel that it is an attack. And people are going to say, oh, you want guns for fun and everything. It's like, no, guns are a tool, they're a sport, it's a discipline, it's got so much more to it. It's one of the things I don't do anymore up here because you know, it's uneconomical. I used to love reloading and
Mm,
ballistics and
mm,
studying and looking at the entire mechanism. How firearms work is incredible, and it's a cool part of the development of our entire world. And it's being vilified when the history says that the the people who can be trusted the least with firearms are governments that take firearms off their people.